Hey YouTube, this is Alex LB12 here, coming at you with another deck profile for the March 2012 ban list. This one is going to be on, yet again, my Dark World deck. Right before the next ban list kind of came out, I went to the tournament again with a Dark World deck, took second place at my locals. So I did very well with it. I actually made a lot of people mad with this one because it was exploding so fast on them. It's not the exact same as that one. Made quite a few, not quite a few, a couple of changes to make it much better, much more consistent. Found out where my weaknesses were. But this one should be better, and it's up to date with the March 2012 ban list. So here it is. Okay. Like always, though, my deck does not contain tour guides. I am on a deck that doesn't use that, so but we'll get to that later. First, I have my 3 Graphas. Okay, like always, standard. Okay, I have 2 Silvas and 1 Gold. It could be either or. It doesn't matter. It depends on what you want. I kind of like, somebody makes me discard for some strange reason to, get at their hand maybe a little bit with this guy, and I have the destruction effect if I so choose. And I have the Ceruleas still, so, I can combo them pretty well. But, nice 23 beater with the gate. He's a nice 26 beater, so pretty good card. I like it. My triple snow, the Searcher, of course, still need 3 of those. Also need 3 brow, like normal. The draw power. I also still like my 1 beige, just a 4-star that I can normal summon if I need to, and bounce it back for Grapha, which is always awesome, or discard it, special summon it, and then bounce it back to hand for Grapha, and then have still a 4-star in hand, which is always nice. So I really like this just at 1. Okay. 2 Trance Archfiend, of course, for its 1 discarding power. I subbed this out for my Raven. This just has, it's much more versatile than Fabled Raven is. It discards 1 card and, gains 500 attack, and when it's destroyed, I can add one of my remove from play Dark World monsters back to hand, which DD Crow will get mained. So this card at 2, if not 3, will be very, very important to bring those remove from play monsters back to my hand. So very important to have at 2 or 3, and then of course my Morphing Jar. People that I play against consistently know that this is the only card that I set in the deck, and it always, sets up, and then I always set it, and I don't set any other card unless I'm really desperate, but usually 99% of the time, if a set monster is on my side of the field, it's always a Morphing Jar. So against people that play me normally, this is very hard to get off, because they'll just destroy it, unless they need the hand +2, but, against new people that don't know what I'm playing, this is really helpful. Okay, so that's all the monsters. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 monsters in total. Kind of low in monster count, but it still works out because I have a lot of drop power. On to spells, 3 Dark World dealings. It just helps with those random draw and discards. Of course, you want to take this out against another Dark World player, but you're not going to get many Dark World players this format, I don't believe. Yeah, in the 2 times I've gone with the Dark World deck, there's only been 1 other Dark World player there, and that was just 1 time, and I never got to play him, so I never had to side these out. So, 2 Drag Down from the Graves, really good because it helps me set up my opponent's hand. I get to see their hand and discard a card that I don't like. Usually I'll, now of course I need to go for things like Effect Veilers or DD Girls, or just see what they have coming. I need to see that. So this is really good. If I had another one, I probably might put in 3, but I don't have another one yet. I'm still looking for one of my teammates to help me find one. But yeah, 2 of those. It's a good card. And of course it lets you get an extra draw. I have 3 Gates of the Dark World, and yes, if you play Oblivion, this is a gateway of Oblivion. It's silver around the edge, but it's yellow doesn't work very well in here. It's not paint, it's Sharpie, so I made it a gateway to Oblivion, which is kind of cool. So yeah, 3 of those. You need that. 1 Allure, since I have Transarchfiend in the deck. This works very well because I get a banish a dark monster and I don't have to worry about not ever getting it back because I can get it back pretty easily. So, and the entire deck is all dark except for Morphing Jar. Card Destruction, of course, must have. Too many pluses with it. Foolish Burial to send a Grapha to graveyard, very important. 2 MSTs, I have the third sided out. Heavy Storm and Monster Reborn are the final spells of the deck. I don't have Dark Hole in here or because I just don't need it. You know, I pop a lot of monsters with the Dark Worlds and or my not Dark Worlds with Grapha. I pop a lot of monsters, so I mean I really, and not many of them are above 3,000 attack points. And they can't be beaten. So I 3,000 is like a big monster right now. So I really don't need anything else above that. And then if it does so happen to get bigger than that, well, I'll just destroy it with Grapha or something. But it's in my side deck just in case I need it. And that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 spells. Okay, so we're at 31 in total so far. Okay, moving on to traps. We have 2 Dark Smogs, because Dark Smog is amazing, so chainable. I love this card. Just, you gotta have 2. If I can get another one, I will, just so I can have it, because there's so many ideas I have for just this card. I love it. It's amazing. So 2 Dark Smogs, 1 Solemn Judgment, still 3 Reckless Greeds. This is amazing. I made a kid at the final table like spaz out for how much I was drawing from these. He thought I was stacking my deck, which I don't do because that's really stupid. But just how much I was drawing from these cards, it was amazing. And I would always set it, and I just wait for them to pop it with MST. Okay, Reckless Greed, you know, or Insector players would always try and, you know, get rid of these. It's no. I like the chainability of these, and it's amazing, especially if you can get a couple of them off. Mirror Force and Torrential. I haven't tried 2 Torrentials. One's fine, and my last trap is, you know, Deck Devastation Virus. Good card. Gets a lot of those low-level monsters for several turns, and I get a peek at their hand, so not a bad thing. And that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 traps, so 40 cards in total. Not too bad. Okay, let's move on to my side deck. Extra deck doesn't really matter. I don't have any tuners. I mean, the only card I'd really ever go for would be a Leviair, which I don't have, so I've never used it. So I've taken second in the locals without even a Leviair to help me. I could go for a Utopia if I really wanted to, and I can go for Armageddon, or whatever, Arceus, Armageddon, whatever his name is. The one of the 2 rank 5 Ixie monsters, but I only have one of them, so it doesn't really matter. Anyway, I have 2 Ceruleas in my side deck. At the tournament, I had these in main, but I always find myself siding them out because they're helpful, but I don't know. It just, I find it better not having them in right now. Just because I find it in a desperate situation, I'll end up drawing these, and I'm kind of SOL'd if I end up drawing it. So, you know, it has its advantages, so I put them in my side deck if I really need it. Mainly, I like them, though, because I want to figure out how to main these somehow, because it can help me discard Necomane King as my side deck, because Necomane King is amazing. He is, during your opponent's turn, when this card is sent to the graveyard by the effect of your opponent's spell, trap, or monster card, your opponent's turn ends. That's an immediate end. Just stop your turn immediately. Okay? With wind-ups and all their hand dropping going on, and Zectors and all the pops that they get, and with this card, and Dark Smog, I can stop my opponent's turn immediately. If they pick this card, or I use this card to make them, you know, and I get to choose. So I'll activate this effect, get it to their side, and then I get to choose a card from my hand. But, you know, they activate it because it's their card now, and I'll discard Necomane King on their turn, and, you know, their turn ends. So I really like these combos, and I really like this just because it's so fun, and it can make people so mad if they choose that card, or if they destroy it with Insectors on my side of the field while it's set. So really fun card, just for fun, pretty much. Burial from a different dimension to get back all my remove from play stuff. My third MST, my Dark Hole, like I said. Changes appearance. I'm not sure what I can use it you know, against, you know, Six Samurai, I guess, because they might come back, but fun card. Didn't have this in my side deck at my locals, but Skill Drain, a must. Stops Inzectors and windups. I forgot about it before I started the tournament to put it in, so I was kind of running without it. And Inzectors, I lost 2 games the entire time, and both of them were Inzector decks, and it actually was the same guy, Inzector deck, so which sucked. But 2 bottomless trap holes to stop Dino Rabbits, and then 2 Gozen Match, which saved my life a lot of times. So Gozen Match is really awesome. I only have 1 non-dark monster in my deck now, which is Morphing Jar, of course. So, anyway, that is my deck. Tell me what you think. It took 2nd place at my locals. A version very similar to this took 2nd place at my locals, but this one's just been doing, you know, mopping up decks like crazy. So just tell me what you think. Alright, so please comment, rate, and subscribe. Thank you very much.